Well, hey, Diet Disruptors, Carrie here, and welcome to another episode where we get to talk all about our simple, sustainable, and satisfying approach to literally never dieting again. Like, last nutritional advice you'll ever need. I will stand by that all day long. And my favorite thing when we do a show is that I have a co-host. And today I have a co-host and I'm super excited because we got a surprise with her as well. But Wendy Smith is here with us. Wendy, say hi to everyone.
Hi, Diet Disruptors.
Woohoo! So Wendy, I can't wait for you all to hear her story. Wendy is one of our clients who came to us a few months back in a place in what I call Pain Island. And we convinced her to trust us. And I did a call with Wendy. I don't know. I guess it was probably about a month ago, maybe a little more than that. And I was like, Wendy, your story, women need to hear it. So she was like, okay, I'll do it. So Wendy, tell us a little bit about where you were on that Pain Island when you first came to find us, how you found us, and then, where you were at that point.
Well, I was on Pain Island, as you said. I had tried everything. Weight Watchers, 1,200 calories, what my doctor told me to do. I had tried keto. I tried intermittent fasting, and I was unable to lose anything more than 5 pounds. And my energy was terrible. My mood was terrible. My hormones were all over the place, and I was just miserable. So I was scrolling on Facebook, and I would periodically stop on different programs, and I'd like, that doesn't sound right. I'm not sure about that. And I happened to land on Diet Disruptors, and I said, this sounds different.
What sounded different?
I said, this lady is making some bold claims. Can she back it up? The last nutritional advice that I'll ever need, really? No tracking points, calories, or I could get rid of my tracking app. What? How could that be? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna schedule a call and see what these people are talking about. And I did. And I scheduled a call, and I was a mess, an emotional mess, scared to death, because I didn't want to fail again. I couldn't fail again. How could I trust anything else when I had trusted everything else and it could not do anything for me?
So what made you trust it? Because we had some bold claims and you were afraid of failing again. It's really easy to be like, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm going to hold off or whatever it is. But you said yes. Why?
I was desperate. And I had made up my mind that if this did not work, I was giving up. I was just going to give up. And how I was how I was going to be. I had gone through 3 wardrobes of clothes. I was a hormonal mess. And I said, this is it. I'm not going to try anymore. If this does not work, I'm not going to try anymore. And so this disruptive nutrition was my last resort and my last hope. And I had to dig deep, deep in my soul to trust you.
Yeah. And I always know every time we welcome another woman into our family, I know that decision was a hard decision to make. And I feel it. I feel that level of like responsibility, and yes. I take it seriously. But let's be honest. So you dug deep into your soul, but you also reached out to right next to you because you didn't totally feel like you could do this. So tell
No,
us about
I did
who your
not.
lifeline. You phoned a friend. Who's the friend that you phoned?
I phoned my hubby, who happens to be named Will Smith. And I said,
And he is
"Hun,
the Will Smith.
he is the Will Smith,
I love
the
that.
Will Smith, the one, the only." And I said,
And I
"Honey,
love that you guys are Wendy and Will too. It's
Wendy
like
and Will."
you guys are so cute.
So I said to him, I said, "Hun, it's this program, but I'm afraid to try. I just don't know." And he says, "Hun, listen to me." He said, "You're about to buy another new wardrobe, another one." He's like, "So how about you give this a try, and then you can say you truly tried everything."
Mhm.
And I said, And he said, "And I tell you what," he said, "I'll even do it with you." And I was like, "Really?" Because my husband loves food. He's a foodie. And I was like, "Are you really?" He says, "I promise you, I'm all in with you." So I
That's
said,
amazing.
"Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it." And so I signed up.
Now, let's also say that the Will Smith also travels every single day of the week.
Yes, he is 100% weekday travel.
Travel.
So he's always on the go, always going. But he made that commitment to me. So I knew that he was really serious about getting his wife back into a place that she could be happy with herself.
So before we introduce the Will Smith, because he happens to be home, which is so rare that
So
he
rare.
was never home. I feel like it was divine intervention that he happened to be home while we were doing this. So we're going to bring him in a second because I have some questions for him. But why don't you just give a very quick synopsis of like where you are right now? How are you feeling right now? You're about 4 months.
4 months.
Okay.
I am 4 months into my journey, and my life is totally changed. My hormones are balanced. I have better moods. I sleep like a baby. I have lost 4 inches off of my waist, 3 inches off of my abdomen, 3 inches off of my hips. It is just been phenomenal. I don't track anything. I don't count anything. Everything is just easy. Disruptive nutrition laid it all out for me that I did not have to think about it. It was just so easy to go in and pick a meal, pick a grab and go. I'm never at a loss as to what am I going to eat? What am I going to do in this situation? And so I love it. Love it. Could not imagine my life without it.
I love it so much. And I mean, you feel like you could literally teach others, don't you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what I want. I want you to know so much that you could literally go and teach others. And so now we gotta meet Will Smith, because Will had even more reasons why he needed to be doing this.
Yes.
So where is he?
Honey.
Hello.
Will
I'm
Smith.
here. Yes, it's me.
I'm so happy that you're here. I have to ask you, well, first of all, I don't know if you want to share or Wendy wants to share, but you have a story too. Like the day that Wendy came to you and said, "I'm thinking about doing this," you were in a place that you were worried about your own health and wellness. Am I right? What was your story?
Right. My A1C was at over seven percentile in the sevens. And I was struggling trying to get it down. I got it down a little bit, but not quite enough. And when I did the disruptive nutrition, now my A1C down to 5.8. So I'm down in the normal range and feeling good.
There's a train coming behind us.
And you're eating carbs. You both did keto for a while, I remember.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
remember Wendy, you were like, we felt like my husband felt like he couldn't see, like he brain fog, like the spreadsheets were like foggy.
Yes,
Right?
yes, because
Yeah.
that low carb lifestyle was really getting to him. It's, you need carbs to think,
Right.
and
You're
without
right.
them, it's impossible to think.
Yep.
So I did keto. I couldn't do it. I absolutely could not do it. After I would eat a meal, I would need to fall asleep.
Right. And when I did keto, getting rid of carbs or eating less carbs, I get brain fog quite a lot. That's because I didn't have a carb intake.
Yeah.
But doing the destructive nutrition got me back to normal. And because I look at spreadsheets all the time, all day long, I'm looking at spreadsheets. And now I don't even have those issues.
I love that. I love that. So Will, this is a big deal. So I love when a couple does this together, and that's really important to me. That if a woman says yes to herself, that she then will have tools to be able to help her whole family. And though sometimes men will be skeptical, right? Because this woman meets this chick on Facebook, and she's like, "Come and do the last nutritional advice." I have these bold claims, and you were like, yes. What made you believe, either me or Wendy, believe the approach? Like, what made you say you should do this? What made sense to you to say yes?
Well, what makes sense to me is that I know Wendy's story because I know all that she's been through. And then also in the past, I played sports, and I know, I call myself, I know it all about, nutrition and things of that nature, but I didn't practice it. But when Wendy told me the program, I said, that makes a lot of sense. It's all about making good choices, pretty much. So I told Wendy, let's go for it, because I know her story. I know what she's been through. I know what I've been through. And I couldn't say no. I didn't, I just said, look, let's do it, because I need to change too. I need to get back to where I used to be.
Yeah. So in addition to your A1C coming down, what other kind of progress have you made yourself?
Well, I don't want to get too graphic, but anyway, come
on, we're all family here. Will,
everything with me is better. My digestive system is operating a lot better. When I'm at the airport, I travel a lot. I'm on the plane all the time. When I had the weight on and my A1C was sky high and all that, I have to use the bathroom a lot. I had to use, anyway.
We got
anyway,
you. Yep.
now I get on the plane and I don't have that urge anymore. I'm normal. I don't have to rush to use the bathroom 2 or 3 times in a flight. I'm there. I'm good to go. And I feel like I'm back. I feel like when I was playing sports, that's the way I feel right now. I got a lot of energy and all that, and my weight came off within what? How many pounds did I lose?
How long is about 20? Man, so he lost about 20 pounds. 25. Yeah, about 20-25 pounds, but he doesn't snore anymore.
Right, I forgot about that. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
That like saves your marriage.
Exactly. Yeah. And plus, what made him say yes is he got his sane wife back because she was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. And that's where our bodies are talking to us. Our bodies are telling us that what we're doing isn't working. And there's 2 things. One, we always don't know how to listen to them. And 2, it's so confusing with everything that's out there. And my whole goal is to be like, guys, we can pull this back. This does not have to be that complicated, but it does have to be done consistently, correctly, and with the right mindset around it, right?
Absolutely.
And I think the 2 of you really went into it. All right, Will, one last piece is the travel. I will say, and I used to travel 2 weeks every month with my work. You can do this lifestyle anywhere at any time, at any place, in any situation in your life. And I have never been on a diet myself before where I felt like I could do that. When I was traveling, it was like game off, right? But you couldn't afford to do that. If this is your normal life is traveling 5 days a week. From day one, you figured it out. So we need some tips. How do you do it?
What I did was I took pictures of the the eating guide that comes in the manual, and I use that, and I plan my meals out, and I try to locate restaurants that have good whole, good clean food,
Mhm.
and go visit those places. And it worked out. It's nothing stressful about it. You just have to plan and make good decisions.
And he
Yeah.
takes his grab and goes
I
with
take my grab
him.
and-
He has
yeah.
his bars with
Yeah.
him. We always make sure that he's stocked with those,
Yeah,
just in case he gets in a tight, he
Yeah.
doesn't have to make a bad choice.
yeah. I mean, you don't
Yes.
take up that much space in the suitcase.
Exactly. And we can overcomplicate this, or we can make
Yeah.
this super simple. And that's really what this is. It's simple. And when you have the right mindset that we're going to make this work, I
Mhm.
mean, Wendy, you're so lucky to have your husband who is right there with you to
Yes,
support you.
yes.
But at this end of the day, what I say to women all the time is, even if you don't have that support, our community is right there to support everybody.
Absolutely.
You can't use your lack of support from a spouse or somebody else as an excuse not to take care of yourself. They say put your own oxygen mask on before you put someone else's.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But I will tell you that if Will stopped today, because he's his own person with his own choices, but this is my life, I would never go back to the way that I used to eat and be before. And we say that all the time. We talk about how, oh my God, how did we ever live the way we did before? What in the world were we thinking? But we didn't know any better. It took this approach to educate us as to what we were doing wrong, because prior to, nobody ever told us. We didn't know any better.
Because at the end of the day, when we talk about how important blood sugar stabilization is, I mean, Will, it's a perfect example of how our whole life, our blood sugar is dysregulated. And
Right.
if it has to figure out how to balance it on its own, eventually it's going to be like, we're tired, dude. And we're going to have to go with the type 2 diagnosis now because we can't do it ourselves anymore. But in 1 month, because for Will, it was 1 month. I know Wendy did the whole, like our whole larger kind of exclusive, like really digging into our systems and mindsets and all the other things. But Will really dug into and in 1 month saw a massive change in 8.
Yes.
I mean, most men don't want to go do another diet that their wife is doing.
No, they don't.
Right? And yet this is so not that. So I love that you guys now know and want to share. And I think I always say this, we were not put on this earth to find the right diet.
No.
But you were living, Wendy, like that was your purpose on earth.
I was. And I had to find the thing. That's what I would talk to him about. Honey, I haven't found the thing yet. I haven't found the thing. And I thought it was a thing. And so I was searching and searching. And the more I searched, the more desperate I became.
And I would say, like, this isn't the thing, right? This is well, I don't know. I want to say it's like the thing, but it's really not the thing. This is it's a lifestyle. It's
a lifestyle.
It's like I talk about that caterpillar going to a butterfly. You come out a different person. You can't get
Totally
that back.
different.
You can't go back.
No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot.
And you can't attribute it to one thing.
No.
Which is why people are like, just tell me how to eat. And I'm like, it isn't that simple. Or
no, it isn't.
What's one tip? I'm like, not that simple. Now you can show up a little bit every day, but it's not one thing. It's a multi-layered approach, I guess. Right?
Yes. And it builds upon one another. Yeah. When you start the program, it builds and you grow and you evolve. And by the time you get to the end of the 12 weeks, you're a totally different person. Your mindset is different. You will never, ever see food the same way ever again.
I love it. I love it. All right. So you two are my favorite power couple right now.
Okay.
So if you can think of like just, any advice to a person out there that is struggling, right? And Will, for those women who don't have that same level of support, because a lot of women, let's be honest, they meet this chick on Facebook. It's hard to believe her. What do you say to these people? How do you help them see like it's too important, right? Like how important this is. and what those skeptical husbands need to hear?
Well, what I would tell the skeptical husband is that I lived it. I lived with the issues that Wendy was going through. The different, the mood swings, the hormonal thing, and it's real. It's nothing to not to pay attention to. Now, one of the things that I would say is that for me, I was sent to a nutritionist, and that was a joke. That was a big time joke. They gave me a bunch of stuff, and it so happened that it happened right before we went on this, maybe a month or so.
About 2 months.
About 2 months before. And I looked at it, I said, these people know what they're talking about. Because I know something, in the past, I don't know everything, but it makes sense. It's just like it's just like putting us back into what we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it helped us to stay there.
Yeah.
And I would say to any man is to do it and make that decision and make that commitment, because it's not hard. It's not hard to do, because if I can do it and I travel 5 days a week,
Right.
anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah, because I put all the stuff on my phone. I can just look at if I need to look at what I'm going to eat today. If this is okay, if this is not okay, I got it on my phone, in my notes on my phone.
Yeah.
And I can make those decisions as I run through the airport.
And what I would say, absolutely. And what I would say to women, for all the women out there that, you come to an approach and you're like, and I was like you, I was like, how different is this different? What is the different that makes this different? And I promise you, this different is very different. There is nothing else out there like this. Nothing else I have ever done produced the kind of results in me, nor in Will, that I have ever seen. This is very different. And once you try it, you will never be the same.
I love it. I love you guys so much, because really, you just had to trust and have faith. But once you said yes, I say it's like you bowled. Like I always talk about how it's like, I'm going to put the gutters down in a bowling lane.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to show you how to hold the ball. And we're going to work on your technique. You might not always get a strike. Sometimes you might not even hit any pins, but we're not going to let you go in the gutter.
No, you're not.
The deal though is you got to bowl.
Absolutely. And this is a comprehensive approach. This is not pieces and parts that somebody has, do this and, tie your arm behind your back and spin around 3 times. And this is a comprehensive, layered, educational approach. And when you complete this program, you know more about nutrition, more about your body, more about how things function than you ever knew before.
Right. No hype.
No hype.
And I think that's why it's so important that you share your story, because there are too many people out there that need to change what they're doing so that they can stay alive and live the purpose that I very much believe God put on each of us to do.
Absolutely.
And if we aren't living our optimal health, we'll never live our optimal life. And each one of you has extended the potential that you have to impact others because you're healthier now than you were. And it's just going to get better as you get older.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I can tell you where I was before and where he was before, we didn't have the energy to help anybody do anything.
And the even scarier part of that is that 9 out of 10 deaths right now are due to a metabolic disease, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, high cholesterol, stroke, cancer. All of that stems from a dysregulated blood sugar. So if we want to keep just going around the mountain and trying it on our own, or do we want to just do it right so that we can go live the life that we're supposed to live and not be one of those statistics? The thing is, though, Wendy and Will, you guys bowled. You made the choice to say yes, and then you bowled every single day, and now you're still bowling.
Still bowling and still want to bowl.
Yeah.
We don't want to not bowl.
Yeah.
We want to live this as our lifestyle forever.
And we're just a big old bowling team. I think we need bowling t-shirts or something.
But
We need like a big retreat and we're all go bowling.
absolutely,
Right.
But
absolutely.
we need gutter guards in all of the bowling lanes.
We do. But we want to say thank you to you, Carrie, for all of the work that you have put into this approach and this program. And because it's literally changed our lives, and we owe our health and wellness and our newfound freedom to you.
Oh, well, I just honestly, I'm so humbled and honored that you trusted me, to be very honest with you, because I know that that's not easy to do. So
No, it's not.
I thank you. If you guys love Wendy and Will Smith, make sure you put some little heart emojis or some just responses about how inspiring these two are. And I just love Will's story that you can do this anywhere at any time. You can travel and there are no excuses. And then Wendy's story of transformation, because she was in really what you said, Pain Island. And now
Pain
you're living
Island.
on Pleasure Island with your cat.
Pleasure Island, loving life.
Thank you guys so much for being inspiring and for sharing your story. I know it's not always easy to do that. Love you guys, and we'll see you in our membership, right?
Thank you. We love you too, Carrie.